Hey y'all, it's K Divine. I just wanted to make a quick video. For some reason this morning, I woke up and I'm about to go home in a minute. Uh, I'm off today, but I have to work tomorrow. But I went down to get my breakfast real quick from the hotel since I'm here, and while I was while I was getting my food, for some reason I have no idea. It just came out of nowhere. I started singing. I got no strings to hold me down, to make me fret, to make me frown. I had strings, but now I'm free. There are no strings on me, and that's from Pinocchio. Um, cause Pinocchio was a puppet and then he came to life, and you know the magic trick is that he gets to move around without strings. And I feel like this also kind of ties into the dream I was having last night. And then also part of like a video I was watching too about how like kind of loops. I'm hearing loops. There's loops. Like part of my dream last night, uh like one of my exes was two different people, but the same person. I don't know how to. He was two different characters, but it was still like his essence, still him. And I didn't understand like what that was, and I was just like, he's just two different. He was two different characters, but it was still him. They looked very similar, kind of had some similar mannerisms, but like they but it was two different people, and I was like, how is that possible? um and I don't know, this message may not be for everybody, but I feel like for some of y'all right now, like you may be feeling, I don't know, you may be feeling free right now, and you are, especially when you disconnect from like those toxic and narcissistic cycles, those narcissistic people. When you're connected with source and you are able to come out of those programs of feeling like you gotta have these things, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and you make your own decisions. Like, y'all know how I've been telling y'all, like how like I'm starting over. So, and I keep telling myself like this time is, I was like, this time it really is different, because I went from feeling like I had to have it all. Like I felt like I had to find a way to get the nice car. Like I had to keep working super super hard so I can get that nice car that I can't afford. Um, so I can pay a note on it and pay high insurance on it. But I need that car. I felt like I needed to have a big house or like a big space. Because like it's kind of crazy. When I stepped down from that manager position, that's when I got a 2-bedroom townhouse, and I really didn't need the 2-bedroom. I should have just stayed with the 1-bedroom apartment that I had. But I felt like, well, I just, like, I'm supposed to be elevating and moving up, even though I put myself in a lower position at work. I was like, well, I'm getting older and I want more space, and yeah, I didn't need that. And this time around, I don't feel like I need all of that stuff. Like, I'm comfortable. Like, I know it might not be a lot of space for my baby, but for right now, I'm comfortable. We were okay in our 1 bedroom. And the way that rent prices are, I'm okay doing that again. Honestly, I'm okay doing it again for a while until I can afford to have a 2-bedroom so that we can, so that we can have a little bit more space and she can have her own room. But quite frankly, she gonna want to sleep with me most nights anyways. But getting into it though, like with the loops and stuff, what I'm understanding a little bit more now is that I feel like what my dream was trying to show me was the same people, the same spirit, the same yeah, like the same spirit will show up in people. Cause like I said, like I saw one of my exes and he was two different characters. And I was like he was like, I saw him as like the him that I knew, but then I saw him as a different like type of dressed person, but he was still the same character. Like it was just, or he was a different character, but he looked the same. Like I don't know how to explain that. Maybe I can find a way to explain that better, but that's how I feel like we end up going in cycles. That's why I kept saying I keep hearing loops. Something told me to look up the loop theory earlier, and I don't. Some of y'all have probably experienced where you have dated someone and you've broken up for whatever reason, and then you meet someone else, and although this is a different person, they don't look like your previous ex. They don't. They're not from the same area, you know, or anything like that. But they are like spiritually, like they are the same. They make you feel the same way. That relationship kind of ends up ending similarly, and it's like you keep going through the same thing over and over and over again. You're breaking out of that. Like that's why I feel like I was hearing that song, because it's like you don't have any strings on you anymore. Even if like, because I mean the majority of us still are having to work regular jobs right now just to make it through, because like I said before, unfortunately, like even though we understand what these jobs are designed to do, and like, you know, their jobs and the way that our education system and things of that nature, like they were never designed to give us freedom. They were designed to keep us chained. They give us just enough money to get by, so that we come back to our jobs every single day so that we can continue to have money to keep just getting by. And that's why I said, like, this time around when y'all go to these jobs and things of that nature, like you have to keep in mind that this is not your end all be all. This is not your forever. And that in your free time and the spaces where, in the space and time that you can dedicate to doing what it is that you want to do with your life, that is what you need to focus on. And if that means that friends and family and old habits got to get cut off in order for you to focus on that, then that's what you have to do. Because if you don't, you're going to miss your moment. And a lot of you, this is going to come down to your content creation, getting in the studio. If you're trying to get into sports or whatever, it's going to be you in the gym, you practicing whatever it is that you're trying to do. And you don't got to tell nobody what you're doing, but you got to do it. But this is why the spiritual attacks and your enemies have been so heavy on you, is because you cannot be controlled anymore. I got no strings to hold me down, to make me fret, to make me frown. They're mad because they can't get an emotional response out of you. They're mad because they can't dictate where you're going, who you're going with. Because I done told y'all before that that there are people who have sent people towards you just to be friends with you, just so that they can get information from you. And now they don't have an angle. These people don't have an angle to get to you. I think this is why I'm hearing loops, because they don't know where to go. Like life always loops around when you're in the same cycles, when you're in a karmic cycle. That's literally what it is. It just keeps looping over and over and over again. Just like if you go watch The Truman Show, which y'all go watch my video on, it's The Truman Show starring you. Like on The Truman Show, there's a scene in the movie when Truman started to wake up to what was really going on around him. And his wife Meryl was coming home from work, and he told her to get in the car, and he's like, watch. And he was like, I predict that a lady with flowers is gonna walk by, or a man with flowers, a lady on a red bike, and a yellow beetle with a dented fender are gonna go by. And then he was like, watch. And then what happened? The guy walked by with the flowers, the girl came by on the red bike, and then the yellow Beetle went by. And he was like they loop around, they go around the block, and they just keep going around and around and around and around and around. Yes, it's just like that. It's just like that. The same thing keeps happening over and over and over and over and over again, because it's designed to go that way until you break free. Until you break free out of these toxic cycles. This stuff is designed to keep you down. This stuff is designed to keep you out of tune with yourself. So the more that you start doing stuff on your own, you start listening to your higher self, your inner self, however it resonates for you, the more free you're going to feel, the more free you're going to be. Because it's like, even though right now I'm working a regular job, it's my choice. And I also, this time around, I feel free to choose and leave whenever I want, because I know that I'll be okay. I may have gone through some really hard times while y'all sat there and watched me. I know y'all, the ones that have been around, y'all saw what I was going through this year. But I made videos throughout all of that. I made videos through that whole thing. So if I got through that, I know this time, if I'm going through some stuff, I'm gonna be all right. Okay? And y'all are the same way. Like, if I know a lot of y'all been going through hard times, and I know a lot of people are going through it right now. This is our last couple of days left in the month of October. Food stamps are about to get shut off. More than likely, December is going to be the same at this point. It's clear to me that our government wants us in mass hysteria. They want us looting and stealing, and that's what they want. They want mass chaos. I believe that because they weren't getting the emotional responses and reactions out of us that they wanted in the beginning of the year, that this is what they felt like they needed to do in order to get some of their propaganda and things of that nature to come into fruition. They want us at war with each other instead of fighting the people who control all the money. Because I don't know who needs to hear this, but poor people are not your problem. The idea that, because there are over 40 million people who receive SNAP benefits right now. And you're telling me that you believe that 40 million of our American citizens are lazy? The majority of those people work. And you have to account for the fact that a lot of the people who are recipients of this are children. And then there are people who are not able to work and they are disabled, who need to be able to eat. So there are people who do abuse the system. There's always people who are going to abuse the system. But the vast majority of people in our country are not lazy. They do work. At least they work. They do some sort of work, period. They just don't get paid enough to be able to afford to live, which is crazy. Because that should be the very least that they should be able to do. And this is what I'm talking about when I talk about like toxic cycles. Like, for some of you who are watching this, like, you're the generational curse breaker. Like, you're gonna be the one that gets your bloodline out of poverty. It was always meant to be you. This is why you didn't fit in. It's time to break free. I'm telling y'all right now. This is why I'm hearing that song. Hold on, let me go get my cards real quick. But that's why I'm hearing that song. Like, you don't have strings on you anymore. No one is able to control you. You make your own decisions. You know, and it's like, I know that it's kind of hard, especially in this world, to be an individual, to really be an individual. Because a lot of people believe in individualism, but they follow trends. They follow trends. And I feel like a lot of y'all don't follow trends. And I feel like now that you're more awakened and that you understand what's truly going on in your world, in your life, in your body, was really truly going on around you, and you're a lot more aware that you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Yeah. Like, yeah. Like, you're gonna be okay. Like, you're able to celebrate now. Like, you can move forward and know that things are coming together. Like, it's freedom. It's freedom. It's freedom to not be tied down to to mindsets. Like, that's really what it comes down to. You're no longer attached to those mindsets. You don't feel like you have to have everything all at once anymore, because you know all this shit fake anyways. And I'm not saying like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like while we live this life, it's not like it's okay to like nice things. Like, it's okay to like nice things. I like nice things myself. Yeah, like manifesting quickly. Like, I've been getting a lot of wine energy. I like nice things. I do. You know, when I'm able to afford a nice car where I don't have to pay a car note on it, you know, that's the level of success that I'm aiming to be at. But until I get there, I now understand how to live within my means and not live above my means. And it's like, I don't need all this fancy stuff. And when you've had nothing, you realize how much stuff you really don't need. I can promise you this, like, this time around, like, cause even now, like, I be on Amazon just putting stuff in my cart that I need. A lot of the stuff is like toiletries, and it's not like, cause I used to go and like look up stuff all the time and be like, oh, it's the ADHD, but I'm gonna start this project. I'm gonna buy this and buy that, and then, like, you know, a week later I'm bored and I'm not doing anything with it. But I'm able to I have better self-control now, and I believe that that's where you guys are headed as well. Like, you have self-control, you know better now. And that's why a lot of your enemies are mad, because they can't get to you. They're so focused on the old you. See, yeah, like, you have a lot more balance in your life, and you have a lot more self-control, and they are not able to they're so focused on the old you, how you used to be. This is why for some of y'all, maybe for some of the people who have been single for a while, some of your enemies will send people, like couples around you, to try to make you jealous because you're not in a relationship. And they think that you feel like you have to be in one because that's how they remembered you, but you're not even looking for a relationship right now. Or they'll send people towards you thinking that, oh yeah, they're probably desperate and want to sleep with this person. And you're not. And they keep just showing their hand on how they're trying to control you so that they can keep you tied down to these ideologies and this idea of who you are to them and how you're supposed to be, so that you don't go above that. That's what a lot of people really want. A lot of people want to keep you in a certain position because they know that if you see yourself clearly and that you know who you are, that you are going to surpass them, and you're going to surpass a point where they won't be able to reach you. And you're already doing that. And that is why you got so many people shook right now. You got a lot of people shook right now. Oh my God. These people are terrified. These people are terrified. You got people shook right now. I didn't even know this was at the bottom. I just looked down and you got people shook right now because they, like I said, you can't be reached in the same way. You are not the same person. These people are terrified of what you are about to become. And I said this a while ago. I said these people are focusing on who you used to be when they should be worried about who you're becoming. And this is why you'll see, like, if you're being gang stalked, this is why you'll see that some of your gang stalkers will say and do things to you that, like, from stuff, like, they'll say stuff that happened, like, years ago. And you're like, how does that person know that? And it's like, it's because of something that somebody told them. And it's because the people who are talking about you are still having the same conversations about you from years ago. They're still saying the same things about you from years ago. This is why and I promise y'all, some of the people who gang stalk you, the only reason why they come around is because they're curious. Because they're like, why is it that every time I talk to my friend, or I talk to my aunt, I talk to my cousin, I talk to my uncle, I talk to this coworker, that they keep talking about this person that I'd never seen. You know, I've looked at their profile and their Facebook page, and I mean, if they're that crazy, and so they come around thinking that they gonna see you act crazy, go watch my video about they trying to catch you slipping. They keep coming around you trying to catch you slipping, acting crazy, and then when they don't see it. And some of these people, like I said, they know exactly what it is that you've been through, because some of these narcissistic people and they little narcissistic groups, they tell each other what the type of stuff that they be doing behind the scenes, because they're all evil and they be all in on it together. And some of these people know what it is that you've been through. And this is why some people will instantly start to hate you, because they know what you've been through and you don't look like what you've been through. So they're mad. And they're just hoping that you crack, because they were getting good laughs about this off of you from the stuff that these people were talking about. They were like, oh, wow, you did that. Oh, wow, yeah, that person probably deserved it. And then they come around you and they're like, they're expecting to see someone broken. And most of the time, the reason why these people want to see you broken is because they themselves are broken. I told y'all, your enemies are sadistic. They like seeing other people in pain, because those people don't have a soul. These people are operated by demonic beings and entities, and you're not. Like, you are so calm. You are so calm. And you're level-headed, and they don't get that, because a lot of them believe, like, because a lot of them know they could have not survived the things that you went through. They would have folded a long time ago, because some of your enemies are catching hell and karma right now. Some of these people are catching hell right now because of the things that they have done towards you, and they're getting their karma, and some of them are losing their minds. And that's not even, and the karma is just now starting. This ain't even the end of it. Like, it's just this is only a taste of what they gonna get for real over time. And these people are losing it already. But remember when you was sitting back and you was going through stuff, you was going through financial problems, people started leaving your life and started acting funny towards you, and you didn't have no support, you didn't have nobody to talk to, and you had to just you had to cry alone a lot. You had to be alone. You had to be alone, and you are rising up, and these people are terrified. These people are terrified. They are terrified. They're terrified. They did not expect you. They didn't expect you. Not you. That's what they keep saying. Not you. And this is what I keep trying to tell y'all. It's those loops. It's those loops. They thought that they could keep bullying you. They thought that they could keep you in line, and they can't anymore. They can't do it anymore. They thought they had control. They thought they had a tight leash on you. They knew all of the people that you talk to. All of those people are connected in some way. I don't know how they connected for you. But they had connection to all of the people that you talk, and even the people that you do talk to, you don't tell people everything. You don't tell them folks everything. Even not right now, you don't. So they don't even have the information on you. Like, they don't know what's going on in your head right now. They don't know what you're planning. Those people are, I'm telling y'all, they are terrified. They have no idea what's about to happen. Yeah. They haven't, like, they're having to surrender. They have to surrender because you're going to a place where you are going to be beyond their reach. Because even if like I said, like even if they get people to, you know, try to get information out of you at your jobs and stuff, the new jobs that y'all have or the new jobs you will have, you don't even tell people your business no more. You're not even invested in that shit like you used to be. I remember like how invested I was in the drama and the gossiping and all that other stuff at my last job. And I'll attribute this to my baby daddy. Like, he literally did tell me, he was like, you're way too invested in that, like, stuff. Like, you need to like chill on that. And honestly, that's probably some of the best advice that he's ever given me, because I had to think about it, and I was like, you know what, he's right. Like, why do I care whether or not this girl take care of her kids or not? Why do I care about why do I care about the lives of people and talking shit with all these people about people who don't even like me? What's the point? So now I just stop talking. And that's when them people got scared. They're like, why isn't she talking to us anymore? We don't know what's going on. And they kept trying to sugarcoat shit, and they tried to sweet talk me and be like, oh, you look so good and you're doing so good. And I'm like, bitch, I know I look good. Bitch, I know I'm doing good. That's when I started losing all that weight. And because they were laughing at me when I gained all my weight after I got pregnant. And it was because I was going through postpartum depression. And instead of those people supporting me, they laughed at me. And they were mad when I started making good decisions for myself. And I stopped hating myself. And I stopped talking negatively to myself. And I started trying to be more positive and have positive affirmations for myself. And they hated that, because they were like, oh no, we can't keep this one in line. That's when they started creating drama. It's the same thing. All narcissists do the same stuff. They try to attack your confidence. They try to attack your looks. They try to attack your character, because they feel like those are the things that are going to control you. Because they feel like you're going to keep trying to fight. Yeah, they're deceptive, and they keep trying to, they feel like they can, if they're deceptive and trying to make you feel like you're not who you are, that they can keep you in line and they can keep you on that leash. And now you're not falling for the okie doke no more. You're not falling for the okie doke. You like, I know who I am, and I'm no longer going to be controlled by you and the way that you feel about me. I'm not going to allow you to control my thoughts about myself. I'm no longer going to, because you got to understand, a lot of the times when you hear negative stuff in your head, those are not your thoughts. Those are things that people have tried to program into you. Because, like, you know, for a long time, I used to feel like I was just such a bad person. And I realized it wasn't my voice that I was hearing. It was my mother's. It was my mom's voice. And sometimes still, like, I'm still breaking free from that, where I will still hear certain things that she'll be saying. And it's like, I have to push that aside and be like, I'm not that. And you're allowed to do better, and you're allowed to change. People want to still hold you to the same standards or hold you to something that you did 10 years ago when you were a kid. People still bringing up stuff that you did when you were 16, when you were 12, saying like, oh, well, you remember when she was 12 and she was doing X, Y, and Z. Who fucking cares? I'm about to be 30 in January, and you're still talking about something that I did when I was 16 years old? Grow the fuck up. Who cares? That happened so long ago, and they want to keep talking about stuff, but you are better than that now. You're not the same person. You're not the same person anymore. You've grown. You've evolved. This is why a lot of those people end up disconnecting from you. this is what I'm talking about. This all returns back to the original topic of loops. You were in karmic cycles. You were in loops that were going around and around and around and around and around, and you wonder why you weren't happy, and it was because you were around a whole bunch of people who didn't like you. And then it ties back into my dream as well. You keep getting engaging with people who it may be different people, but it's the same character. You're still dealing with the same character, the same type of person. They may, like I said, they may come from different backgrounds. They may not even know each other. They may not even look like each other. But the way that they treated you, the way that they moved with you was all the same. And you're like, why do I keep getting in these relationships with the same type of person? Like, these people are not the same, but they're the same. Yeah, that's the reason why. That's the reason why. I wasn't even planning on this being this long like this. Like, I was trying to get into this message, and now it's clear. It's clear now. It's clear. Yes. Yes. They can't tie you down no more. They have to release you. Like I said, they have to surrender. They have to. They don't have a choice. Excuse me. They don't have a choice anymore. And quite frankly, you're on the right track. I know that you've been going through, I know I keep saying this, but I just want this to hit home for whoever this message is for. Like, I know you've been going through it. There's been a couple people who have told me that they have considered suicide and, and unaliving themselves. And I'm glad that you're still here, because I was right there with y'all too. There were many days where I was like, maybe I'm better off not being here. But you know what? Every single day that I wake up, I know that I am blessed, regardless of what I have, regardless of the amount of money I have in my pocket. I know that I'm blessed because I know that every single day that I wake up, God has something for me. And it may not be here yet. It may not be here yet. And I want you to understand that whatever is for you is coming for you. You will have it. And I know that times have been tough, and I know that life has just been whooping your ass. Life has been lifing for a lot of people. Life has been lifing, for sure. To a point where it's like, man, I don't even know what to do. I get it. And I want you to know and understand that I love you. I support you. I'm here for you. I want to see you get through this, and you will get through this. And we are in this together. We are in this together, okay? But the point of this message is that they cannot keep you in toxic loops anymore. You know better. And even if, I'm not saying that you're not perfect. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all make iffy decisions here and there. But you know what? But at least you can recognize that now. You recognize it, well before. You might do something that feel off for you, like, I don't know about that. And you'll take a step back and look at it and evaluate, like, I'm good. Like, you're wiser now. Like, you understand yourself. You are in tune with yourself. Your intuition is on point. And they have no angle around you. That's why I said they don't have those people that they can send to you. They trying to figure out how they can get reconnected with you so they can know what's going on with you, and they don't know how to do it. There are people who are afraid to talk to you because they know what they did to you. They're afraid to see you and run into you in public. There are people who are secretly checking your pages from fake pages all the time. Those people are going through it right now, getting karma because of the stuff that they did to you. They're having a ton of tower moments in their lives, and they're trying to figure out where you're at because they're like, well, I did all that stuff to that person. What's going on with them? It's time, I've been telling y'all for a minute, the tables are turning, okay? The tables are turning. They did not expect that. For some of y'all, like, you may have gotten a new job recently, or you're about to get a new job, and they were not expecting you to get that new job. Like, they weren't expecting new things to come in for you. They thought that you was just gonna be sitting there stuck and like wallowing in self-pity, and you decided to get back up and dust yourself off and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna start over. And I want you to know this, like, because like the job that I'm doing, like, right now, the majority of the people who work at this particular store, and probably the store that I'll be working at, are younger than me. And this is the first time in my life where I have been in a position where I am I'm not the oldest, but I'm kind of the middle child is what I'm calling it. I'm the middle child, because I'm not the oldest, but I'm not the youngest. And I got a lot of people who are younger than me who I just, you know, like, these are some of the kids that was like in high school during COVID type of deal. And I'm just like, damn, like, I'm starting to feel old. Like, and it's like, you know, talking to young kids and just seeing, like, I'm saying it like they're that much younger than me, but there is that gap, you know. There is a difference between a 30-year-old and a 23-year-old. There is a difference, you know. And it's like, I get to have a different perspective now. And I feel like I could be a little bit more of a guide, because sometimes, you know, it's harder to talk to older people, because a lot of times older people think that they know better. They know better because of their age. And I feel like now that I'm in this environment where especially being in a leadership position, where I have people who are younger than me, who will know that I'm older than them, and see that, like, not just because of my age, but know, like, I know what the hell I'm talking about, because I already done been through it. And it's like, and I can relate and connect with them on a different level. And I feel like this is going to be good for me in the end. I feel like this is going to be great for whatever it is that you're doing, whatever new adventures that you're going on. This is better for you. But these people didn't want you to have a job. These people didn't want you to be able to move forward. They thought that they had destroyed you and your confidence so much that you were just gonna stop, that you wasn't gonna keep moving forward, that you was just gonna sit there and be like, well, I guess I'm just not good enough. And these people are mad. They are big mad. They're big mad that they couldn't stop you. And this is what I'm saying. Like, now they realize, like, they fucked up big time. They fucked around and found out, and the star came right back out. They fucked around and found out. They thought that they had you. They thought that they were able to destroy you. And they're realizing now that they fucked with the wrong person. You can't do everybody like that. You cannot do everybody like this. Is why I'm telling y'all, some people are checking y'all Facebook pages and stuff, because y'all getting what it is you prayed for. Yeah, you're getting what you prayed for. The fool right behind it. Y'all got new beginnings on the way. Why? Because those people, the reason why them people started attacking you was because it was time for you to leave anyways. Sometimes God allows people to come into our lives and help fuck it up, so that he can clear out all the bullshit, so he can bless you with a whole new life. The Most High works so funny sometimes. And I know that you're like, well, why would God have me go through all that pain? Why would God have me going through all of I got the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords came out, so yeah, it's definitely time to rest. Y'all know what that means. Why would God put me through all that pain? Why would God have me out here living in my car? Why would God have me out here with no food? So that you could learn to appreciate what he's about to give you? It's something about not having anything that really does change your perspective on life. Like, I really don't even think about, like, don't get me wrong. Like I saw somebody last night with a Louis Vuitton bag, and I'm not even trying to hold you up. Louis bags are not cheap. Okay? And one day I will have a Louis Vuitton bag. I love purses. Anybody who knows me knows I love a good bag. But the hotel chain that I'm at a Residence Inn. And this is not like this is like a 3-star hotel. It's not a bad hotel. It's not, I think it's decent. Okay? I like it. It's comfortable in here. But to have a Louis Vuitton bag in a place like this, it's like, you should be at like a 5-star hotel if you go. if you could afford Louis Vuitton, you know, and it's just stuff like that where people feel like they gotta have everything and they gotta have all this stuff to make themselves look and feel rich. When really, you bought that on a credit card, you couldn't even afford that. And I know better now. Like I said, you know better. The bills are going to get paid. You know that God's got you this time. But he had to clear out all of that bullshit first. There was a lot of stuff that you was hanging on to that you didn't need anymore. There's a lot of ways that you're the ways of thinking like that you were holding on to that you needed to let go of. And I know that it was hard going through all that stuff, but I promise you that you're gonna look back at that time and you're gonna appreciate it a little bit more one day, because I know that it was hard to get through, but there was a purpose. And I told y'all there's purpose in the pain. And I just need you to know that it's all going to come together, and it's all coming together. I know it's slow. I know it feels like nothing good is happening right now. I know you feel like it just feels like nothing's the same. I get that. But just know everything's going to be okay. I love you guys. Okay. It's your girl K Divine. I'll see you later. Bye.